Oh hey, yeah, life. Super busy, hey? Like you've got work to keep up with, family to look after, hobbies to participate in, health to look after, and occasionally you should probably find time to look after your possessions. Because if you don't, well, I mean, that's future you's problem. Why spend the time now on something that's way in the future? It's kind of hard to imagine simple decisions totally totaling your bike, but it happens, and it happens more often than you think. Let's make it a tangible thing to kick you into action. Totaled. Mate, that is totaled. In a ranking of words you don't want to hear when you wheel your dirt-encrusted bike out of a damp shed from a winter of hibernation and rampant oxidization, totaled is near the top. Only beaten by the words is, followed by that, then and finally the dynamic duo of wasp nest. Those of you living in North America will be familiar with the term, and those of you who consume media created there will have come across it at some point. So, pretty much everyone? Nevertheless, I will endeavour to explain to the anomaly who bought some internet for the first time this morning and has come straight to the good stuff here on Pinkbike. There is a common misconception taking root in the public consciousness that to total something and for it to then exist in a state of being totaled mean that the item has been totally destroyed, absolutely ruined, completely wrecked, unconditionally ravaged, wholeheartedly totaled. As usual, I will pompously be the bearer of bad news and inform you that the public are wrong. In the world, there exists an industry designed at its core to prey on your fears, manipulate your anxieties, and withdraw as much of your liquid capital from your possession as possible without ever giving it back. No, it's not the bike industry. It is, of course, the insidious insurance industry, and it was the originator, Sir John Insurance, who coined the term total loss, for when an insured object would cost more to repair than replace. So with bike discounts the way they are right now, it might take less damage to total your bike than you think. But why does neglect and poor maintenance total your bicycle? Today, class, I'd like to keep things simple. Pure mathematics. No vague physics-adjacent descriptions or incorrect use of scientific terms in this lesson. Just multiply one number with another number and see how big that new number is. And yes, Rendell, no, you don't need your physics textbook. What's that? You've drawn something on it? Well, oh, that is a penis. You know, I'm not even mad. That is an excellent drawing. Incredibly detailed. You know what, submit that with your coursework and we'll see about that F, okay? Oh, glorious. Yeah, so back to not totaling your bike using maths. Well, if we remove the obvious causes like having a massive crash, backing over your bicycle in your lifted truck, or forgetting it's on your roof when pulling into your garage, not maintaining your bike is the fastest way to ruin it. I've distilled bike maintenance down into its purest form. I've really got right into the nuts and bolts, as it were. At the heart of it all, the choice is between time or money. Either you invest your time into keeping things running nice, or you pay out the nose to replace the parts your neglect put into an early grave. So I guess the old adage is true. Time is money. So let's take that fact and apply it to some questionable mathematical formulae. So bikes multiplied by riding time, and riding time, like think of this, it's almost like multiplying by zero. It always ends up as zero. So you multiply bikes by riding time, you end up with time. And as we know, time is money, so it costs money, right? That makes sense. Yep, cool. So bikes multiplied by jet wash time. Now jet wash time, that's a really, really high value of time. So that means big money. That's big money, okay? Making sense, good. So now we take bikes and we multiply it by maintenance time. Now this is a tricky one because maintenance time is actually a negative integer. So what you actually end up is with negative money, right? That means you save money, is what I'm trying to say here.
But sir, this doesn't make any sense.
I know. Rendell, I know. I didn't have time to figure out a clever mathematical formula to represent the point I'm trying to make because, well, you see, you take Mr. Cathro, I think that's how you spell it, you multiply it by, that's a multiplication, scripting time, that's what that says, and you equal too much money, because they pay me too much. That's the joke, they pay me too much.
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. What are we doing here?
So, badly formulated analogies aside, totaling a bike is not something we want to happen. The risk of this happening can be reduced right from the get-go. Purchasing bikes and components known for their reliability and longevity is a good start. Frames with large pivot bearings, good sealing, stout construction, tires with a reputation of performance and longevity, high tolerance bearings that last longer without wearing out, tire sealant with unique particles to keep air in your tires to stop you wrecking your wheels. And if you'd like a product blatantly featured in any of these videos, just call me. They need to be good products though. I've got standards. Anyway, carry on. In all seriousness, get on the forums, ask questions, talk to your mates, find the products that have a good reputation and it'll make maintaining your bike easier. Maintenance, right, yeah, maintenance. Let's actually get to the point of the video. Start with the absolute bottom of the barrel, bargain bin basics. You're about to ride your bicycle. What should you do? Check your tire pressures. Tires lose air, and if you drop into the trail missing 10 psi and smoke your tire and rim on a rock, that would cost you anywhere from 100 to 500 depending on what you're running. Checking pressures takes 2 minutes, which puts that maintenance into like a payback bracket of about £15,000 an hour. That's a lot. Check your tire pressures. How about post-ride? What's the first thing you do?
Wash your bike.
No. Well, I mean, maybe. Water and metal are actually toxic friends. They love hanging out, but they actually need to be regularly separated or they'll fight and hurt each other. Water is the better fighter and always wins, so it's best to just keep them apart if you want to keep your metals as metal. If your bike isn't wet from the ride or that dirty, you don't actually have to wash it. You can just leave it, maybe brush it down or wipe it. The only thing you should do is wipe the chain with a rag and re-lube that sucker. It's the bare minimum post-ride. And if you don't, the drivetrain will wear out twice as fast, which, hang on 1 second. So let's see, if it's like 200, let's do dollary dues, and if it wears out twice as fast as times 2, that equals, that's double. It's twice as expensive. We've done it. So if the bike has gotten wet or muddy during the ride, then yes, washing is what you want to do. And now some people will say jet washing will ruin your bike by forcing water into the bearings and suspension, which causes contamination, corrosion, and premature wear. They're of course correct. But not washing your bike will do more damage. So if you don't have the time and don't mind spending the money on bearing replacements slightly more often, then quickly jet washing it, shaking off the water, drying the bike, then lubing that drivetrain is acceptable. If you do have the time, then using a softer stream of water, bike cleaner and soft brushes to lovingly bring your pride and joy to a high shine will lower the chances of you totaling that rig. If you have no time or money, then good luck. Try and make more, please. So, whichever method of cleaning you choose, the act of cleaning allows you to get up and close and personal with the bike and spot any potential issues that could develop into something a lot worse, which is incredibly valuable. Everything else, honestly, just depends on how often you ride your bike, what conditions you ride in, what the service intervals on your components are. A full strip down, clean and re-lube and rebuild every year is a great way to catch issues and find out what needs to be maintained. It's up to you to invest the time or money in figuring out what your bike needs done, and it'll pay dividends on not having to replace total parts and having a better functioning bike. So students, all two of you, this is not a very popular lecture. I hope you can see that investing your time into setting up and maintaining your own bike will stop you totaling that sucker before its expiry date. You just need to spend about 10k in a workshop and all the tools to allow you to do that. That's money well spent, I say. So let's clear the board and have a look at some viewer examples of well-maintained machines. They're not well maintained at all. Honestly, I was shocked and appalled. All I'll say is don't look in the corner and see how well maintained my bike. No. So, there weren't many submissions for this episode. I think people don't tend to film stuff that they've tried to fix and it's not gone well. But I found some. Yep. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Freeride Maverick. He's been messing about in the BMX, or his mate has, and he's trying to bend it straight in the skate park by stamping on it. And this does work, you know, like stamping on the wheel to straighten it does work, but his crank's fallen off. Look, his crank is on the deck. Yeah, there's what looks to be a crank and some spacers as well. Sensational. So I'm guessing he got his wheels straight, but so regular maintenance on your bike definitely can help it last a bit longer and everything, but not if you do it like that. I think this maintenance is actually going to make it live less time and going to cost him more money in the long run. Get a crank bolt. I feel like that'd be a good upgrade. Crank bolt would help. Next, here we go. He's straightening his frame. He's broken his frame. What? I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. He's just hitting it with a hammer, but he shouldn't break like that. I feel like, you know what's probably happened here is the seat post has been stuck and he's probably like blow torched it to get it out, and that damages the heat treatment of the metal and it can make it, I think it makes it brittle. Someone will say in the comments, but yeah, that thing just came off there. Amazing. Yep. This is good. Really trawled the depths for these videos. So we got Vici. He uploaded this video a very, very long time ago. Look at the state of those stanchions. Look at the state of these. You can see the discoloration, like they're supposed to be black. That's normal. And then down here you can see they're silver. It's very hard to tell because he did shoot this on a potato. And yeah, you can see the color gradient. And I've had this happen to my suspension before. And this is what happens when the oil gets contaminated. And that could be because you've not serviced it often enough, or a seal has failed and dirt's got in there, or you've washed your forks like I did with a jet wash pointed straight at the seal and it's forced some gunk in there. If you see any signs of marking on your stanchions or discoloration at the bottom, you need to do something. If you leave it, totaled. Let's actually watch the rest of it because I'm pretty sure those forks make some horrific noises. Service your suspension. That's all I'm gonna say. Here we go. It's a race. There's tape, and this is a handsome man. Shroud the tire clean off the rim. Now, hold the phone. I feel like you could go quite fast around that corner and not have that happen, which means Ben Wah. That tire was too soft. If you're going to demand things from your bike, you need to ensure that you have it checked, oiled, pressured. Otherwise, all that mass you're carrying is going to do bad things to it.
Yes! Oh!
Like, tramping a corner feels amazing, but all the air fell out, which isn't ideal on a race run. So you got to check pressures, check fork pressures, check shock pressures, check tire pressures. That was not rider error, that was mechanic error. It just so happens they're both Benoit. And now we've got, oh, this is a good one. This is an old one. Look at him, he's coming in at a ferocious speed. Oh. Okay, a little bit of a dead sailor to derailleur decimation. So this is something that's quite common with, I'd say maybe older style frames with like softer gear hangers or derailleurs that are maybe like a little bit flexier, or if you've set it up wrong and it's too close to the wheel and your wheel can like flex into the derailleur. But what happens is you land a feature or your suspension compresses and your chain's too short and it just like pulls things out of line and the derailleur goes into the back wheel and gets absolutely munched. That is dead. So in terms of like your maintenance and stuff, it's making sure the chain is the correct length for the bike. It's making sure that everything is tight. It's making sure that the indexing and the B tension screws are correct so that it can't get too close to the wheels, making sure spokes aren't loose so it doesn't flex and go into it. Because I've had that happen and the wheel's locked up and I have gone out of the front door, which is not fun. There we go, there you go. Oh, I don't know what came over me. I just wanted to get some cool shots. You know, it did look cool. Oh, you got water in your damping oil. We'll worry about that later. The decision is up to you. Cultivate a routine of care that aligns with your free time and budget. Always do the minimum, but adding all the extras will increase your knowledge, increase the performance, and prolong the joy for you and your inanimate object with wheels. Don't write yourself off. It doesn't need to be a total loss, and hey, you might actually enjoy it. Your bike might not though. Acting, I am an actor.
Not cool, man.
Huh?
Technology. Ah!
Nope. Not very cool.
Yeah.